Hey, Jeff, I'm nervous. I'm a little bit nervous about it.
Yeah, I hope you don't mess up your intro because you will never hear the end of it.
I should have practiced it at least once. Hello and welcome to Deep Cuts the Game, the movie trivia podcast where I give 3 contestants 3 movies and they try to give me their most random, obscure, or minor actor from those films. The deeper the cut, the higher the points. I'm your host, Alex Young, and joining me as always, the Sonny to my share, Jeffrey, Pennsylvania.
Welcome. You know what? I hope people don't like that intro. Go, you should let Alex host more often. And I'll be like, fuck you. The guy has to do it one time and he nails it.
And
so,
he nails it.
Congratulations, Alex.
Thanks, Jeff. So, longtime listeners, of which there are 3, will probably find it strange that I'm hosting because I'm typically the co-host. You're quote unquote your little buddy. But because this is our holiday episode, as my Christmas gift to you, you get to play the game. I don't know what your Christmas gift is to me, but I assume it's also pretty cool.
I mean, it will cost as much as what you just gave me, friend. So nothing.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Speaking of Christmas, as we are just days away from the holiest of holiest.
The holiest. It is the holiest of days.
It is. It's that too. And you and I, we've got a bit of an age gap. So growing up, we probably had
you're old enough to be my dad.
No. I mean, if your dad was super cool when he was 13, but no. So I didn't grow up in a time when people owned movies for the most part. Like, we had movies we had taped off TV, but I didn't have a catalog of movies on my shelf that I could watch.
Just it was vaudeville.
It wasn't. No, but I'm just saying it was kind of like the mid 90s when you could buy more VHS tapes. Like, I can remember buying movies when I was a later teenager. So Christmas morning, like if you watched something, it was something on TV, or maybe you had recorded it the year before. But I'm just trying to think. You and I have very different ideas of what a great Christmas movie is. I'll ask you, I guess, 2 things. What is your go-to Christmas Day movie? And also, what do you think is the best movie to get a whole family around to watch? Very different movies, obviously.
So the first one I'm going to answer is the whole family to watch, which is not at all a Christmas movie.
Okay.
But I have a very vivid memory of either 99 or 2000, whichever year it came out on VHS. But we ended up with 3 copies of The Matrix.
Okay.
For Christmas, which 2 of them got returned. But it was just my mom bought it for my dad, and somebody else had purchased it. And I want to say, either way, we ended up with 3 copies. I don't know how. We ended up keeping the one that was the quote unquote special edition, where it had the 2 bonus features just later on the tape, because that's how it used to be. And then we watched it, and as a family, it blew our minds. So, and then I remember trying to explain the plot of The Matrix to my grandparents, my dad, who was excited, trying to tell his dad about The Matrix, and my very patient Irish grandfather nodding along, being like, "Oh, it's too complicated for me," and be like, "Okay, well, that's that then." But for me, for go-to Christmas movies, you know that I'm not big on the traditional Christmas film.
Mm-hmm.
So a Die Hard or a Lethal Weapon or something kind of Christmas adjacent. Although the one exception being Happiest Season. I really like Happiest Season.
That's the one from 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, with Mackenzie Davis and
Kristen Stewart.
Thank you.
Yes. That one was good. I did watch that one, I think, last Christmas. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I'll go back to it again. It didn't I liked it, but it didn't catch me say something like Elf did.
Or A Christmas Story. Or
yeah, where I'm I'm going to go back to those every day. Because I love Love Actually, but I would say that's not a movie you can get the entire family to watch, per se.
It was one we watched regularly, even with my grandparents. Despite Martin Freeman's subplot, it's all still pretty tame.
Well, that's all I had for you. I didn't want to overload you. I know you got a lot on your plate tonight. So
I sure do, Jeff. This is a tricky time. But before we start, not before we go, that's the end of it. We're all done. I should introduce our guests. So we have 2 returning players coming. So first up, we have Jordan. Welcome back to the show, Jordan.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
And joining him as well is Crystal. Welcome back, Crystal.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
I let Jeff pick his opponents for his episode that I'll be hosting.
You'll
notice no Craig Smeaton in this lineup.
That's
Jeff?
Insulting, I think.
Is it? I mean, I wanted people who were fun. and I knew it was going to be
okay.
like a holiday.
That's what it
theme.
was.
And yeah, and I potentially didn't want to lose, like, or
Yeah,
at least
there it
lose
is.
badly. Like, is that fair to
Listen,
say?
at
Like,
least it's not like Jess Taylor and Darren. If that was the lineup, people like Jeff's just phoning it in, guys.
yeah, but no, Crystal's played a bunch of times now, and she's done. I think she's progressively done better. So this might be her. And I don't know what you three have, cooked up in the background. Like, Alex is going to drop a movie, and they're all going to be like, "Oh, I've never seen it," and then all of a sudden they're just dropping. And this is all just an elaborate practical joke on me, and this is your gift. It's like,
you checked my Instagram, and I hosted a screening for just Jordan and Crystal for this obscure Scandinavian movie that has a super deep cast of all characters that are just consonants. Their names are just consonants.
Well,
that's not the case.
Well, thanks for this gift, Alex, and thank you both for coming on the show to hopefully, boost my Christmas spirits.
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to start off the same way that Jeff always does, and that is I'm going to think of a movie. I'll tell you it's not a Christmas movie. It's any movie that exists. And so you got to guess what that is. So let's start with Crystal. Crystal, what movie am I thinking of?
You are thinking of... I did not prepare for this.
That's okay. To be fair, I a little bit forgot about this part until right now. And I'm like, I got to think of a movie so fast.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with one I just watched recently, The Lottery, I think it's called.
Okay. The Lottery.
It sounds like I won.
Because it's definitely a movie. You don't mean Jackpot on Prime, do you?
Oh yeah, that's the one I do. Yeah, that's the one I mean.
That isn't the movie I was thinking of, but at least that is a real one.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to cross out Lottery here and write down the actual title.
I was like, the Shirley Jackson short story that we all had to read in high school.
Ooh,
Lottery?
well done, Jeff. Also, Jackpot is surprisingly fun. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
Jordan, what movie am I thinking of?
Okay. I was thinking about this one earlier today, so I think in the spirit of Christmas, I'm going to go with Die Hard 3.
Okay.
That does not take place at Christmas.
It does not at all. It's a summer movie where there's a heat wave.
Ah. A summer fling.
That was not the movie, though.
Okay.
It's a better guess, though. Sorry,
see, originally I was going to say Die Hard because I know you love Die Hard. It's one of your favorite Christmas movies, but then you said it's not a Christmas movie. So I looked on the wall. I have a painting of an alien. And so I'm just going to say the movie Paul.
No, it's not that either. But
all right.
So the movie was the 1995 Casper.
Oh.
Mostly because Jeff said Spirit of Christmas. And I thought of but I do think Jeff might be the closest because there's like a CG comic relief character in it against much live action. So I feel like that's the best one. So Jeff, you want to go for a second?
I mean, I've seen it done many times, and I'm going to say second, Alex. I don't want to let too many guesses go by before I get my first guess out there in case I don't know these movies particularly well.
That's fair. I guess Crystal's probably closer because while both of those movies are not necessarily family friendly, at least Jackpot's more of a comedy than the third Die Hard, which I would say is like an action movie. Sorry, Jordan. So Crystal, would you like to go first or third?
I'm going to say third because I'm scared.
Fair enough. So Jordan, that puts you in number one.
And I'm also scared.
Great. Nobody should be scared. I should be the most scared because all I need to do is make one minor mistake. And then Jeff's going to be like, you're an idiot. See how hard it is? I've been doing 30 of these. Anyway, so stakes are so high just because Jeff and I are not.
There's so much on the line, Alex. There's so much on the line.
We have such a toxic relationship. It makes so much pressure. Okay, so the movies are, there's one Christmas movie and there's two Christmas adjacent movies because I'm not so big on Christmas. So these are my North Poles and my tent poles. We got the one Christmas and two like big franchise tent pole movies that are part of a bigger whatever. So number one, your Christmas movie, everyone's seen it 1,000 times, 2003's Elf.
Can I say something? Fucking A. Yes.
But Jeff's not allowed to pick from that one.
Oh, new host, new rule.
Yeah.
Got it.
It's my game now, bitch. So the next one, which is one of the tent poles, obviously, is one of my personal favorites from a writer-director who always does something Christmassy. 2013's Iron Man 3.
Okay.
Crystal does not sound so confident about that one.
That's tougher.
That's tougher. And then finally, and this is the one with the deepest cast by a long shot, I think. And I know Crystal's seen this. She must have seen this one. 2005's Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
Oh my God.
That's the one with the Yule Ball. It's the most Christmassy. It's also the fourth in the franchise, if that helps you.
I've definitely seen it, probably seen it twice or 3 times.
Yeah.
But they all just blend together.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah, don't confuse it with any other ones.
I may
Jeff.
avoid that one entirely, unless
There's
at the end I may
ones
just,
in there.
oh, I'm sure there is. Like, Alex, what's it about?
Harry Potter has to do some magic at
Okay.
school. No, Jeff, it's the Goblet of Fire. It's the one with the games. There's a big ball, but also there's like...
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That helps. That helps.
You know,
I mean, like, at least I know what they were
Goblet of
doing
Fire.
in that one. Yeah. Okay.
I will tell you, to my research, there is one crossover. I will also say that I was like pretty generous with the points for the most part. So there may be some arguments, but if there are arguments, it's because like that person shouldn't be worth 12 points. They'll be like, you know what? Shut up. They're your points. So here we are. Does anybody need some time? Who's first? It's Jordan.
Alex, should we hear a word from our sponsors?
The year is 2023. In a world full of movie podcasts comes the only one, I think, that takes the name of the host and combines it with one of the world's most popular streaming services. Nick Flicks, what's in the queue?
All right, Jordan, you're up. We got 3 movies.
Okay.
Christmas time. Your first guess.
To kick things off, I am going to start with a guess that I know is going to get some points. It's Stanley.
From Iron Man 3.
From Iron Man 3. Sorry,
Yeah,
I
you're
forgot
right.
to indicate the movie.
From
You're
Harry
right.
Potter as the professor of...
Is that the crossover?
He's the black magic professor in that Harry Potter
Could
movie.
you imagine if that was the crossover? It's like everyone forgot that he was nearly headless Nick. No, Jordan, you are right. And as it goes for cameos, that is a 12-point guess. So good start. Well done, sir. Jeffrey. What you got?
Okay, I know what the crossover is.
Yeah.
I'm going to avoid it because
Because you're going to go deeper because you want to show off?
Well, the thing is, I know I have some deep ones that no one else will have. So I feel like I could even hold them back and steal this one from Crystal if she thinks she knows.
That's mean. Don't do that.
Crystal, do you know what it is? Okay.
Yeah, I
I will
know
stay away from it, and I'm just going to like show off. I'm just
Merry
going to
Christmas to me.
I'm just going to like be a bit of the cock of the walk here for a second and
God, I hope you
say
lose so badly.
I think I don't know his first name, so don't get mad at me, but his last name is Harryhausen.
Mm.
And he's an elf, and he's the old guy. He did like Clash of the Titans. He did all the stop motion animation.
Yeah, Ray Harryhausen. That's
Ray
right.
Harryhausen, and his name is used in Monsters Inc. when Mike Wazowski's taking Jennifer Tilly's character to dinner. He's like, "I got reservations at Harryhausen's," and it's in reference to
he is the voice of the Polar Bear Club, Polar
Yes.
Bear Cub. But because you
Wow.
guessed it, Jeff, it's worth 1 point. No, that's 15 points. That's
Good rule.
a hell of a
Good
guess.
rule.
Good job, man.
All right.
Crystal, you have your first and your second guess.
Oh yeah.
I'd say if you know the crossover, you
I think
get
I
it.
do, and I think it's Favreau
It
from
is
Elf and
Favreau.
Iron Man. Yeah.
So Favreau is 12 points in Elf.
Fuck.
As per Jeff's rules, the director is typically 12 in the cameo.
Sometimes I give them less if they also like have it. Like he's got a
It's
pretty
not
big
that
spot.
big of a role. He's
It's
just
pretty
what's he credited as? Ben
Doctor.
Walter Hobbs's doctor.
He's the
Doctor,
doctor.
yeah.
So he's not in too much. Yes, he's also in Iron Man 3, but he's in it quite a bit as Happy Hogan, so he's only worth 5, but that is
yeah.
still a 17-point start. So great job, Crystal. Really glad to see
Thank
you
you.
ahead of Jeff.
Alex.
All right, fine. I'm going to be a dick then because I didn't think.
No. It's still Crystal's. That's only
Oh,
your first
damn
guess, man. That's only your first guess.
Wait. Let me be a dick first.
Great.
No, I don't have anything too deep yet. But I'm gonna say from Elf also because I really know that movie. Kyle Gass.
Yes. That is a good one. That is Eugene, and he's worth 10 points. Good job. All right, Jeff. Back to you. What do you got now?
From the very end of Elf, there's the guy on the street who's talking to the reporter, and he's like, "You just got great eyes. They just tell the story. It just like you're the best reporter." His name is Matt Walsh.
Yes.
You would know him from the really bad Melissa McCarthy movie where she goes back to university with her daughter. And he was also in an episode of Community as Joshua, who has the trampoline in the back of the school, but he's also a white supremacist.
That's right. So it's Matt Walsh. He's credited as himself, which is hilarious.
Really?
Yes. And I have him down for 11 points. Good job, Jeff.
This is
What is
trash.
Oh my God.
John Favreau gets 12 for being a doctor. This
Your
is trash.
rules. Your rules. Our directors are 12.
That's for when it's like Alfred Hitchcock and he's got no lines, but when it's Quentin Tarantino and he gives you a speech about why Madonna's like a virgin is all about this coos, he's worth less.
Shut up, Jeff. Jordan, your guess. Right now, Crystal's in the lead.
That's garbage.
I love this game.
It's good fun. Good fun.
I'm getting so angry.
Fun for me anyway.
This is like when Craig did it at work. He hosted and he did Scrooged, and I got Mary Lou Retton, and he's like, 8 points. And I'm like, 8 points? She's in it for like a trampoline jump. That's it. And he's like, yeah, but she's a big star. And I'm like, yeah, nobody else knew she was in it.
Hey, man, I gave you 15 for Ray Harryhausen. It's pretty good.
All right. I see what
Jordan.
you're doing here.
Okay. So next guess, I don't know his name, but it's the kid who helps out Tony Stark in Iron Man 3.
Yep.
He is also the kid from Insidious, I
That's
believe.
exactly right. His name is Ty Simpkins.
There you
I had
go.
him written down, Jordan. I had him written down.
I only have him for 9 because he is in it quite a lot, but you kind of got to know who that kid is. So fair enough.
Yep.
I got
Okay.
you 9 for that one. And Jordan, you got another guess.
And the next guess I am going also again from Iron Man 3 is Adam Pally is, I think, a reporter or a news...
He's Gary the cameraman.
Cameraman, that's what it was.
And again, he's in it quite a bit. It's only in the one scene, so he's at 10. He's 10 points.
Cool.
All right. So, Jeff, we're back to you. Grumpy, angry Jeff.
Yep.
What you got?
Okay, so I don't know who she is in it, but I know she's got this old craggedy face, and she's in Iron Man 3, and she's in Winter's Bone. Her name is Dale Dickey.
Yes, you are right. Dale Dickey's in it. She's Mrs. Davis. I have her 12 points. Is that acceptable, Jeff?
I don't know.
Say no, but I'm giving.
I'm gonna say no because
12.
I think the other two people in this podcast were just like, wait, who's Dale Dickey?
That's right.
Yeah. But
But
let's just
he'd have opened with her.
Craig would have opened with the extra that serves the lead in Iron Man 3 a drink at a race. And he would
That
be
is
like,
probably true. And you made your picks here, Jeff. So here we go.
All right.
Anyway, so Crystal, you're up. Give me your first guess, and then I'm going to give everyone the halfway point total. So what's your first one?
I'm going Elf again.
Mhm.
And Andy Richter.
That is correct. Yes, Andy Richter is in it. I don't know how many points he is. Yes, I do. He's right here. Andy Richter is 7 points.
a little less than Kyle Gass. That makes
Yeah.
that's acceptable. I think he's a bigger name than Kyle was.
Yes. All right. So before you give me your next guess, Crystal, I'm going to run down the scores here. So, Crystal, you are sitting at 34 points at the halfway mark.
Damn.
A very solid opening act. Jordan, you're at 31, close behind. And Jeff, you'll be happy to know you're in first with 38.
I think I
I'm
might
sure
be at
you
30.
know, I feel like you've been tracking.
Alex, I think I might actually be at 37.
Are you? Am I bad at math?
It was 15 points for someone, I think, and then 10.
Nope,
And
you
then
got 11. You
Did
had 11.
11?
Matt Walsh. Yeah.
Oh, Matt Walsh was 11.
Oh, it's you who's bad at the math today.
I just bad at listening is what I'm bad at.
All right. So, Crystal,
Mm,
your next guess. It can also still be from Elf. It's a lot.
It might be, to be honest. I'm just kind of going through all the scenes at this point.
Boy, nobody's touching Harry Potter. There's so many good ones in Harry Potter. It's a wild time.
I mean,
Um,
I'm
You know
like,
who's in that? Harry Potter.
yeah.
He's worth
yeah,
one
for
point.
like 1 point.
There's
Yeah.
literally 1 point.
Yeah. And even if like I'm like, oh, the guy whose career kind of blew up after that movie,
Yeah,
he's
that's-
gonna be worth what, like 3, 4, maybe?
Which guy?
Yeah.
Which guy, Jeff?
I'm not,
Is that
it's
your
not
guess?
my pick.
I'm not
It's my
saying
pick.
that one. That's like a,
Yeah.
worst case scenario pick right there. I guess I'll go Elf again, and I don't think this one's going to be very big, and that's not a pun, but I'm going to say,
Oh, no.
That's the type of content people come to this podcast for.
I love how you all know what I'm
Mm,
going to say. Peter Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage, yes. He is only in one scene, but it's pretty famous cameo, so he's only 6 points. But still, 6 points.
all right, good. She's fading. She's fading, Alex. I was
I don't know why you're so excited about this. Jeff, you're next.
but it's like winning the game that I created. Yeah, way to go. You're a big shot now. Yeah.
Like,
Okay, so
the coach at Little League is gonna like show the kids how to hit the ball off the T-ball, and you do a home run. You're like, are you impressed?
okay, so I've got 3 left. I want to maximize my points here.
There's
So
strategy happening here.
the voice of the snowman
Come
in
on.
Elf is Leon Redbone. Most famously, Crystal, I don't know if you're old enough to know this, but he's the voice of the singer of the Mr. Belvedere theme song. Put on a jacket.
I'm not old enough to know that either.
No.
No, Jeff, you are right. Of course, he is worth.
But I
5
appreciated that.
points.
How many points?
No, I'm kidding. He's worth 20 because who would know that? It's 20 points.
Whoa!
20 points
Wow!
now.
I thought he was gonna be. I
Wow.
thought he was gonna be
Well done.
less than Harryhausen because I was like,
No, because I don't know who that is. I've never heard of that guy.
He's a singer from like the 70s.
Yeah,
and-
that's kind of why I figured like nobody's gonna know where is Ray Harryhausen. Like maybe it's a movie podcast. So yeah, 20 points for Leon Redbone. Great job. You ruined it. You ruined the game.
At least I did it on my 4th guess, not like opened with it, and everyone was like, "Well, this is dumb."
Jordan, I want you to steal the whole second half. You
I
got your 2
wanted
guesses.
to, but no promises.
What you got for me? What's your first guess?
So I am worried that I'm confusing this movie I'm worried that I'm confusing Elf with Fred Claus. And is Bob Newhart in Elf?
Yeah, he's-
yes, he is.
Okay.
Yes, he
He's
is.
his elf
Okay.
father. Yeah.
Papa Elf for 7 points.
Then I wonder who I'm thinking of in Fred Claus that is a similar character. Not important. Carry on.
Yeah, we're not doing that movie. So what is your next
Right,
guess?
right.
Jordan? This will be your second last one of the game.
Okay. I'm gonna go with not a great guess, but Domhnall Gleeson is in Harry Potter.
I don't think he is.
Oh dear.
I'm so sorry.
I
Let me
thought he
double
was
check.
one of the twins.
No, he's not.
No, the twins are
He's
two. They're not even Gleasons, are they?
They are not
They're-
Gleasons. They're
Yeah.
just British gingers.
Was he ever in Harry Potter? Sorry.
No, but
Bad
somebody similar is. I can't tell you who, but somebody similar is in that. But it's not
Okay.
Domhnall Gleeson. Sorry, but
Sorry,
that is
bad guess.
0. I'm
That's okay, that's
very
okay.
sad about it. Jeff, you're kind of running away with it here. What is your next guess?
Did Jordan take 2 there, or was that just
Yes,
one?
I had to.
Yeah,
You
you got
did,
7
okay.
points and 0
Okay.
points.
All right. Okay. So this is number 5.
Yeah, this is your second
I've
last one.
got a few here, but let's go with the president in Iron Man 3. Is from the Green Mile. His name is William Sadler.
That is correct.
I believe he also plays Death in Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey.
Yes, he does.
Mm.
Yes, he does. And he is worth 10 points. William Sadler, 10 points. Crystal.
No.
Was that a no? Like, no.
Is it your
Yeah.
last 2, Crystal?
What, for real?
Yeah.
Wow.
You've been
Is it
on
like-
it so many times.
Are you like, no, I don't want 2 more? Or like, I can't believe I've got like 2 more and I've got so many great deep cuts to give.
Well, both, if I'm
Okay.
being honest. Like, oh, I can't think of anything, but also, like, give me another 15 minutes to, like, think of something.
Give me your deepest cuts.
I can't. I'm going back to Elf because
Great. That's fine. I know what I
I
assumed.
know. I've seen it so many times.
I've been writing the score on the elf sheet because I assumed that's the one people be pulling from the most.
Yeah. Now, this is the only one I have written down, so I'm just gonna say it. But I can't remember her name. I do know it, but I can't remember it. But the mom, like she plays the mom. She also plays the mom in Step Brothers as well.
Yes, you are right. That is Mary Steenburgen.
Yes,
You're correct.
her.
She's only worth
I
4
love her.
points because I do feel like she's in it quite a lot, and also she's Mary Steenburgen.
Yeah.
But that is still correct, and that is still points on the board. So great job. And this is now your last guess. I'm so sorry.
Thank you. Yeah, I just don't know people's names, and that's always really the downfall of
That's
this
okay.
game
Tell me
for
things
me.
they're in.
Like, or one of them's married to a property brother, or
Yeah,
That's
but
not a lot of points, Jeff.
That's not a
know.
lot of points.
She's 2 points.
That's
Don't guess
shallow
her.
cuts.
I mean, one did
Shallow
a great.
cuts indeed. Shallow.
I'm trying to think from Elf. What else?
I know.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't.
trying to go like scene
Alex,
by scene. in
how
my
many
brain.
times have you seen Elf? I'm just curious.
I saw it in the theater when it came
Okay.
out. And then it was one of those things that I watched seasonally, like around Christmas for several years, and then I kind of got sick of it. But
Okay,
it's
okay.
been, I don't know, probably saw it like 2017, 2018 was the last time I saw it, but I
Okay.
remember it quite well. Why? You don't like the scores?
No. I'm just wondering, like, because I know there's someone in that movie that I know is uncredited, but has a fairly big part in the movie. So I'm wondering, when you do your points, are you seeing uncredited and going?
I'm seeing
well, he did-
uncredited on IMDb, yeah.
Okay,
Because
but
that's the rules, right?
but you've seen the movie and know that even though they're uncredited, they have a fairly substantial part.
sure.
But now you're shaking your head at me, and I'm like,
because I've got two
Okay,
people
well-
on my list that are uncredited.
okay, we'll come back to it. I probably won't use it. I've got something better, I think. So
Oh my god. Crystal, give me
Mm.
something that's gonna blow Jeff out of the water.
Oh,
Give
I
me a
can't.
60-point guess. There aren't any, but maybe.
He's asking.
yeah.
He's asking about uncredited.
No,
Right?
no, it's
What a dork.
Well, how am I supposed to compete with that?
Get a
I'm
tan, bro.
Hmm. Oh, that's her name. I don't think this is going to be a lot, but I think it's better than the one I had written down for Harry Potter, which we all could probably guess. But the secretary at the father's office,
Mhm.
isn't her name like Amy Sedaris?
Yes,
Is that
Amy
right?
Sedaris.
Okay.
Good job.
she's
Uh,
never declawed kittens before, but she thinks she could do it.
So
Yes,
cute.
that's absolutely right, and she is 7 points. She is
Oh,
also
that's not
in
bad.
Mandalorian,
That's right.
among other things.
Kimmy Schmidt and
Yep.
I believe like Tide Pods commercials, if I'm not mistaken, or like Unstoppables or one of
Oh,
those.
come
like-
on, nerds. 50 bonus points for anyone who knows her character name in The Mandalorian.
Hmm.
This is a question
No.
for me. It's Peli Malto, for those who want to.
Mm.
Jeff, your last guess. What do you
Alex,
got for me?
I don't have this guy's first name, and if I say his last name, you're gonna be like, "Well, of course." But if I tell you who he is in the movie, are you gonna give it to me?
Yes, 'cause I have it written down. So I think
No. It's a different one. Okay, so it's Will Ferrell's brother.
Yep.
Is the security guard that
Yep.
escorts him out of the building and
Yes.
says, "Why don't you go to Gimbals or whatever?"
Yep.
He says.
That
And
is
it's
Patrick Farrell.
Patrick Farrell.
He is worth 20 points because who knows that?
Jeff does.
Not this
Jeff
guy.
does. So that's another 20. So good job, Jeff.
Jeez.
Way to
Louise.
ruin the game.
Way to ruin the game. Classic Jeff.
Ruiner.
Jordan.
Mm.
Can you beat an uncredited Farrell brother?
I definitely cannot. I'm just gonna have to go with one that's not gonna get me a ton of points. Now, okay, I'm gonna try and swing again for Harry Potter. Is Robert Pattinson in this one?
Yes, he
It
is.
is okay.
Yeah, he
Well
was the
done.
one we were like, we're not going to say his name
Okay,
because
Obviously, not going to be very good points, but
He's in it. You know what? He isn't bad. Because
Not a
you gotta
zero,
know that
at
he's
least.
in that specific Harry Potter movie because he's only in that one.
right. Okay.
So I've credited him at 9 points. So that's
Okay.
pretty good.
Ah,
He's 9 points.
I had
I'm okay
Edward
with it.
written down.
Okay, Alex, can I ask you a couple questions before you run through stuff or whatever? However
Yes, you
you're going to
can,
do your edit?
Jeffrey. What do you got?
Okay, Peter Billingsley.
Yes,
How much?
12 points.
Okay, because I was like, he's also, I believe, uncredited in that, but he's
He is,
the
but
elf.
it's like it's a famous enough cameo.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he is uncredited, so I put him at 12.
And then another guy, I don't know his first name, but I know he's got a brother, and his last name's Lerner, and he is
Michael
James
Lerner.
Caan's boss, who's like, I need you in here on Christmas Day, yada yada yada, because his brother is on the Goldbergs, and he is the father of Jeff, the boyfriend of the sister on the Goldbergs.
Yes, he is also the mayor in Godzilla that I
Mhm.
love. He was in Barton Fink, and he's also in the Clueless TV show.
How many points would Michael Lerner have? Been?
Michael Lerner was 9 points as well.
Okay, good.
He's the Robert Pattinson of Elf. Everyone has said so for years.
Yeah, and they all have his poster. They all have his poster up on the wall.
Yeah, they're all. We're team Gimbals manager. What's
Yeah,
Skyler's name?
and he's very shimmer. Yeah, yeah. He's very
just
shiny.
any other questions, Jeff, about points?
Joan Rivers in Iron Man 3.
I put all of those people at 12.
Okay, that's what I figured.
Everyone
And then
who played themselves in those small cameos.
and then there's I think it's Miguel Ferreira. Is
yeah,
it Miguel? Yeah,
That's
probably
what
about the
it's in
same, about 12 or
he
something
was
like that.
8. I put him in at 8.
Okay, good. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm glad I avoided them.
Okay, so before I do the final totals here, let's I'm gonna run through a couple that you missed in Elf. Obviously, you missed like all the leads, but fair enough, they're not worth very many points. But we also had Ed Asner as Santa for 8. Faison Love is the Gimbals manager for
And
7
then Artie
points.
Lang is the store
Gimbal Santa, who was only
Yeah.
6, because I feel like that's a really famous cameo. And the other, I guess, like nepotism casting that you missed, Jeff, that I thought maybe you'd be asking about is Max Favreau, John Favreau's son.
Is he the
his
baby?
young buddy?
He's baby. Yeah, he's
Uncredited.
baby buddy. Yeah,
And that would have been
Oh,
20
that's
points.
cute.
Like, how do you
Yeah.
know that?
yeah. I didn't.
Iron Man 3, which is pretty deep. Guy Pearce, Rebecca Hall, Ben Kingsley, James Badge Dale. Of course, Paul Bettany is the voice of Jarvis. You got these ones. You did Miguel Ferreira for some reason, Jeff. But the big one that you forgot about, I thought you were going to pull, Jeff, is Jenna Ortega.
Oh, really?
As
Oh, is she the
vice
president's
daughter? Who's,
daughter?
like, missing her leg. She has like 2 lines, and I put her at 13 points because she's spooky.
No.
And then finally, Harry Potter, which like nobody pulled anything from except Jordan, who got Robert Pattinson, and the wrong Gleason, Brendan Gleeson, is in it.
Yeah,
As
is that-
Matt, I
It's
missed.
a
he's got the eye, right? He's got the
Yes.
wonky, the
He's
eye.
got the wonky eye. And he actually would have been a decent amount of points because he's not in this particular one very much. Timothy Spall as Wormtail is like barely in this one, so he was 10 points. Crystal, I thought you were going to get this. This is the one with David Tennant. It's the only one with David Tennant. And he'd be 8 points. Of course, you have all your leads. The brothers that you were thinking of, Jordan, are the Phelps twins. James Phelps and
Okay.
Oliver Phelps.
They've
that
got
are
a
essentially
They got
nothing
a
else but Harry
baking
Potter.
show, don't they? Don't they
Yeah.
have some
Say-
sort of Harry Potter Christmas baking show?
They're hosting that.
Yeah.
So unless you know their names, you can't be like, the previous Harry Potter movie, which
Yeah.
would not
They've got like
fly.
a Domhnall Gleeson vibe to them, I think, though.
I think you're just racist because they're ginger British people and they don't all look the same, Jordan. But also
That
yeah,
is a
that's what
race.
you're saying. It is a race. Jason Isaacs is in it as Lucius Malfoy.
Mhm.
Robbie Coltrane, Michael Gambon, David Bradley as Filch. Warwick Davis, the late Maggie Smith, and Gary Oldman is in this one, and of course Ray Fiennes. But your biggest points, if anybody guessed this, which there's no way in a million years they would have, the band leader, the guy who plays the guitar at the Yule Ball, is named Johnny Greenwood, and he is the composer of almost every P.T. Anderson movie.
Oh, really?
He did the score for The Master, The Phantom Thread, and There Will Be Blood, which is wild. Why are you doing this? Anyway, so that is those are my picks. Good job, everybody. Well done. Here are the final scores. Disappointingly, Jordan, I'm sorry to say you're in third.
Yeah.
47 points, which is still a pretty good showing.
I still had a good time.
That's a decent score. Crystal coming in second with 51. Also a very good score.
Nice.
And Jeff, Merry fucking Christmas with 88 points.
Oh my
Today's
lord.
winner,
Wow.
Jeff Penn. Very good.
Very nice.
Does that put you in the top 10, Jeff? I don't know if it does. Does it?
I think it'll put me in the top 10, but unfortunately without any like double deep cuts, it's
No.
tough to break into that upper echelon. Not that Jon Favreau, like even if I had taken him off the bat, I don't think that wouldn't got
No,
me.
because you did have 2 20-point guesses.
Yeah.
Which were
Yeah.
pretty good.
Right.
And honestly, I feel like you probably could have even gotten higher scores potentially if Crystal
you
didn't
were
like steal
better.
so many from you from Elf. If there's anything else on the board that she knew as well as Elf, you could have just run the gamut on that one. But very good, Jeff. Well done. Who should we try to get
Oh shit!
on the show?
I thought about that while I was walking the dog tonight, and I was like, I don't have any. You know what? But let's since Elf did us all so well tonight, let's try to think of someone from Elf who would be fun at this. Obviously not Will Ferrell. I mean, he would be great at it and be super fun, but let's be realistic. Let's say Andy Richter.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Andy Richter or Kyle Gass, but I think Andy Richter. I think he'd be a good, So yeah, I'll be disappointed when I try to get Andy Richter on the show.
Yeah, that's a good one, Jeff. Jeff will reach out and try to get Andy Richter
For my show, yes.
for your own show.
Okay, Alex. I did up an outro for you.
Whoa! Why are you rushing ahead, baby? Hang on.
Oh yeah, sorry. Hey, listen, we've both made mistakes tonight, Alex. Let's just.
I think I've been 10 for 10 perfect.
Yeah, you've nailed it.
I think, like I always do. Anyway, Jordan, thank you for being on the show. Do you have anything that you like to promote? Where can people find your music?
You could find. I don't have any music released yet, but maybe stay tuned. That might change. You can find me on Instagram at Good Signs. It's spelled SINES, like a sine wave. It's a music math thing.
Saku.
And that's
great.
it. Support your local places.
Yeah, you got it.
As
Good job,
always.
buddy. Crystal, what would
Yes.
you like to promote? What's going on in your world?
I got nothing.
That's fine too.
That's allowed. Listen,
Listen.
it's
No.
the holidays. Everybody's in like unwind mode. That's cool, man. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Nothing to promote. I usually promote my tattooing, but I've been neglecting that. Been too busy with my day job, but I'm hoping to get back at it in the new year.
Well, when you do, we'll have you back on, and then you can promote it
There you go.
Live
Thanks,
in the
buddy.
new year. Jeffrey, am I pronouncing that right?
Yes.
What do you got? What are your socials? Where can people find you?
Well, you can find me on Instagram under Deep Cuts the Game, and Twitter, Blue Sky. There's a Facebook group, so you can do all those things. I will say this is probably our last episode of what we're calling season 1, and I'm really excited about season 2. We've got like some new people lined up to come on the show to give us like some new, fresh perspective on deep cutting. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to season 2. So please, yeah, and over the holidays, if you're just sitting around and you're tired of listening to your in-laws blab about whatever election is coming up or has just happened, just throw your earbuds in and listen to some old deep cuts and enjoy them. Because while I think we have gotten better every show, Alex, this one not included, obviously.
This one being the peak, the pinnacle of perfection.
I think there's a lot of good episodes throughout the season that that you could go back to and have some fun with. But yeah, that's it. That's it for me.
Great, good. That was a good one. Well done, Jeff.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. So what were you saying about intros?
So I've sent you an outro.
I
I've sent you an
did fuck it up.
outro.
There we go. There's
The
my
one.
mistake.
That's now it's a 9 out of 10.
Gotta keep
damn
you
it.
humble.
So because it is Christmas and you always make me do a voice for the most part,
Mhm.
I would like you to give me your best happy jolly elf. Santa Claus is too easy. I need something a little more elfish for this, if you could. And it's long, Alex. It's really long.
I see. It like takes up my whole screen.
Yeah.
Okay. No problem. I feel like Elf is like not
It's not that far out of
from
your
my regular voice, but I don't want it to be like grating on. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if I necessarily want to do like the like, haha, that's us. Like that's too like Munchkin-y maybe, or should it be that? What do we think?
Listen, It's up to you. Yeah,
Crystal
like-
seems to be nodding. All right, we're gonna
Yeah.
try it like Munchkin-y. I apologize if it's like somewhat
Yeah, like
unintelligible.
let's think Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer with the elf that wants to be a dentist. Like if you, that's a tough one because I'm sure that was modified somehow.
But I also
audio-wise,
haven't
but-
seen that in easily
Oh.
30 years. Like I watched it as a kid and I'm like, this is fine. And then that's
Okay.
the last time I saw it. But if that's how that elf sounds, isn't it like this? I want to be a dentist. I hate being an elf. That seems right. All right, we're going to go Munchkin-y because I feel like, but fuck it. Oh, you got puns in it?
Yeah.
Okay. Crystal Kringle, jolly old Jordan, and especially our festive champ, Jingle Jeff. Congratulations. From Frosty to Rudolph, you've proven sharper than the wisest wise man and carved through challenges like a pro slicing up that Christmas goose. Nothing warms the heart more than being friends this holiday season, and seeing our best buddy Jeff take on deep cuts truly sends our holiday spirits soaring, just like Santa on Christmas Eve. Like and follow Deep Cuts the Game wherever you tune into podcasts, and remember, may your days be merry and bright, and to all a good night.
That was so worth it. It was so worth it.
My cat hated it. She did not like that sound at all.
Mhm.
Oh, I loved it. Oh.
That was good.
I will do 30
Well done.
more episodes of this show just to make you do that again one more time.
Great.
Thanks, everyone. Bye. Merry Christmas.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Merry
guys.
Christmas.